Hi, I'm Claire from Chancellor Coaching. Today, let's explore the 14th card in the Major Arcana, known as the Temperance card. Oh, this card is beautiful. It is one that brings forward a message of restoration, peace, balance, and harmony. To be able to just completely marinate and bathe in that energy from spirit. If we have a look at the detail of the card here, we've got Archangel Michael standing forward with those two cups, bringing in the containers of life, bringing in the ability to change and heal. Archangel Michael is wearing that banner across his forehead, and that circle is the solar disc, which represents the sun. Being here on Earth, we rely upon that light and the energy from the sun to stay alive. And so we can see that there in the symbology of his chest. The square represents fire, air, water, and earth, which encompasses that world and that life energy. And within that square is the triangle of God, the universe, the soul of the man. And so this card again represents that life force energy and our purpose for being here. It's a beautiful, lucky card, and it really just allows us to take the time to heal any old wounds with the passage of time. The path is still there in sight, and we are going to move forward closer to our goals, closer to that attainment of spiritual evolution and consciousness. It's just a matter of taking time out here to bring in or to attain that emotional balance before we move forward. This card in a relationship reading is acknowledging from the spirit world that there's that strong sense of purpose within this relationship. Each other enables the other party to feel grounded, supported, protected, and they have the opportunity to be their true selves in this relationship. It is a really beautiful card, and I think about being in my marriage where both of us are mediums and we can bounce ideas off one another. However, we don't do our mediumship the same way. His way complements my way, and we get to have those deep and wonderful conversations to explore what's possible. Now, the Temperance card can go into really, really deep inner spiritual wisdom. While that's not the space for it here, I am going to start to open up that energy for the team to really bring in some of that high vibe energy as we explore more about the Temperance. Now, I come back to the relationship reading. This card does emphasize that we do need to compromise to make things work. And it's not a resentful compromise, but it's just that ability to see things in a new point of view and to try on somebody else's model of the world and go, that's interesting. Interesting you have that point of view. And it's with that curiosity that we get to expand and learn about ourselves. What's right for us, what's wrong for us, what's in alignment for ourselves. Now, if you're single and this card comes up, it is saying that we do need to take some time out to heal wounds from the past, to call in the people who make you feel protected and guarded and know how to encourage you to grow and evolve. I mean, that goes for everybody with this card, but the energy here is supporting that protective energy to come in so you can grow, like that oak seed starting so small and turning into such a massive big energy. And it's about bringing that support in around you. Okay. If this card is coming up in reverse, it's acknowledging that you want to really escape the endurance that you've had to go through, the feeling worn down, lack of tolerance, people around you are sort of clashing, there's getting too much involved with other people's drama. Spirit world here, if it's coming up in reverse, is saying like, you need to break free from this. You need to take yourself out of that chaos so that your body and your soul can heal. Time to look at the bigger picture so that you can separate yourself from other people's drama and not have to be obligated to fix them. That's where your energy is going to get drained, especially if you're an empath. People are just going to take, and you're going to have to say, okay, spirit world, if this isn't mine, please take it away. The truth will always feel lighter, lies will always feel heavier. So the minute that you've asked the spirit world to shift your energy, to clear away what's not yours, then you should feel a lot lighter. Now, if that endurance, heavy energy continues, then it's time to work with your healer, your therapist, your coach to undo why you continue to obligate to put yourself second, what is the value in fixing other people, and to understand more about who you are from the past, so you can draw a line in the sand and say, okay, this is me moving forward. Promise you, the upliftment, the empowerment that comes forward after that is so worthwhile. Okay, so if this card is coming up in reverse and we're doing a health reading, we could be experiencing some stomach issues, possibly had a past life as a slave and you're still in that soul contract of slave master, not feeling protected, not knowing how to radiate that energy of protection. A lot of the time when we teach new mediums how to connect to spirit, we will teach them how to call in their gatekeeper, the Archangel Michael, beings that can protect them. And at some point, somebody in their mediumship will realize that they are that innate power, that powerhouse where if they're shining their divine light, nothing can harm them. In fact, any kind of heavy duty energy is almost laughable. It's like, I see you, I see the mischief you're creating, and you're not welcome here. And so with mediumship, when somebody gets that spirit can't like those fearful spirit can't really hurt you, they can interfere. But once you raise your power, stand on that stand in that energy, then that kind of fearful energy, that lower vibration has to fall away. Can't stay in that high vibe energy. Okay, I've digressed. Okay, so the Temperance card can represent headaches, just completely overwhelmed, taking on too much stress, too many burdens, too many pressure, and not allowing yourself time to rest, recharge. Again, headaches here is the control panel of your mind. And so if you're taking on too much stress, too much pressure, it's like, why? What's in it for you? What's the worst thing that could happen if you said no? And so we move down the body of the Temperance card, and it can also represent like ankle problems, leg problems, that the fear of the consequence of change, fear of moving forward, fear of the judgment of other people, because maybe in the past you stepped forward and you got criticized and judged for that. And so now your ego like wants to keep you safe and holding yourself back. So you manifest ankle, leg, even hip problems there. And it may even bring up inflammation, that anger of why can't I move forward? So for the right kind of healer, I would clear and transmute that. And then the team are just saying this card can also represent fever, feeling stuck, the fever, the temperature building up, feeling blocked. And it's, again, feeling blocked and not knowing how to connect back into that spiritual higher wisdom. And so working with somebody, a spiritual mentor, can help easily shift that to bring in your spiritual boundaries and your energetic boundaries to come from that place of empowerment. Okay. Now, while I've already covered a lot of the symbology, I'm just going to check in with the team. Is there anything else here we need to know about the symbols in the tarot, within the Temperance? Okay, clearly we've got Archangel Michael. He's a being of that guardianship, protecting, the messenger from the universal energy. The grey background is telling us that things are still unclear about moving forward, but that's okay. Right now, we need to actually take that time to heal emotionally. So we've got the earth there. Again, that's about giving us all the resources that we need. If we connect back into Mother Earth, there should be that exchange of energy, that permission to rest, and to bring in the permission to receive. The two golden cups represent the containers for change. So we're pouring that water, emotional healing energy, allowing that change. And that life force, that water, is moving really easily. One foot in the water, which represents that collective consciousness and how we can connect to spirit through the energy of water, and we can connect into healing through water. And just checking in, is there anything else there? And they're talking about the iris there in the background. Great grandmother's name was Iris, but in the in the tarot, the iris represents the Iris, the goddess of the rainbow. Now, the rainbow obviously says this is a very lucky card. The rainbow also represents how time is a multitude of circles. While the human brain wants to creates the construct of time because it is measuring one anchor point to another, time doesn't necessarily exist in the spirit world. But in the 3D world, time is a multitude of turning circles like portals, and it's that rainbow stream of energy that keeps us in that time. If we focus again on the triangle and the square there for the Temperance card, we're talking about our journey in this infinite dimension, being in the human body and experiencing that healing, that soul's evolution, the growth. Alrighty, so I'm going in deep again, as I love to do with the tarot. My name is Claire from Claire Chancellor Coaching. As the team is saying here, if this card is coming up in a reading, it is time to bring in that harmony and that balance. Time to let time heal any emotional imbalance. Work with your coach, work with your healer, and get yourself back on track. Give yourself time, permission to rest and to rejuvenate. I'm Claire from Claire Chancellor Coaching. I will talk to you soon.